The world has been too cruel for innocent people, and we have seen some real-life examples, the truth that cannot be denied. They were wrongfully accused and detained, but after the rightful serving of justice, they were set free. But do you know how they felt when they were set free? What did they say? Devontae Sanford. Devontae Sanford, then 15 years old, was convicted of the murder of 4 people and sent to prison. He was only 14 when he was arrested and accused of murder at a Detroit crack house. His testimony was reportedly forced. Sanford was given a minimum of 39 years in prison despite the fact that he was blind in one eye, could barely read or write, and tried repeatedly to recant his confession. An experienced hitman came forward and admitted to the 4 murders, which led to his release. The original police investigation into the teen's case has been criticized for allegedly flawed work that led to the teen's conviction. Sanford was released from prison, and the sight of him on the road back home brought a smile to his face. He later addressed the media and assured them that he always knew he would be free. Bobby Johnson. This 16-year-old made a false confession and was sentenced to 38 years in prison. It was revealed during Bobby Johnson's trial that his IQ was far below the mental impairment line, yet he still pled guilty to murder. Johnson was arrested in 2006 for the apparent robbery and shooting death of a 70-year-old man in New Haven. His attorney fought for years to clear Johnson's name, insisting that the authorities should have listened to the mountain of evidence that existed before Johnson's arrest. In addition, he told the media that Johnson cried during police questioning and that the teen was offered probation in exchange for a confession. Johnson, understandably overcome by his release, says he plans to look for work but will prioritize spending time with his family. Luis Vargas. DNA evidence connected Luis Vargas to a 1998 rape case, and he was subsequently convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Despite the fact that an anonymous assailant going by the moniker the Teardrop Racist was responsible for the crime at hand, a California jury convicted Vargas of the offense anyway. From 1996 to 2012, the unknown offender sexually assaulted 35 women and girls in Los Angeles. Vargas was convicted of 3 counts of sexual assault in 1999 and given a 55-year prison sentence. Despite his conviction, Vargas always maintained his innocence. All 3 victims positively identified him as the attacker because he had a teardrop tattoo similar to the real attacker. After unsuccessful appeals, Vargas contacted the California Innocence Project, which ran new tests on the original DNA and concluded that it did not belong to him. When Vargas, who had been wrongfully imprisoned for 16 years, was finally released in 2015, he expressed nothing but relief. Susan Mellon. The only female on this list, Susan Mellon, was exonerated of a murder she didn't commit and released from prison in 2014. Mellon, from Los Angeles, was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole in 1997 for the murder of homeless man Richard Daley. An alleged witness testified against Mellon and provided the only evidence she needed to be found guilty. But Mellon's legal team argued that the witness's testimony was inconsistent and therefore she should be released from prison. Mellon had 3 kids when she was arrested, and her oldest was left to care for her younger siblings while she fought to get her mom released from jail. In an interview with the press following her release, Mellon was full of forgiveness and hope. Stephen Avery. Perhaps the most well-known example of an innocent citizen being freed from a prison sentence is Stephen Avery. For the 1985 rape and attempted murder of a female jogger, he received a 32-year prison term. It wasn't until 2003 that new DNA testing proved Avery's innocence after he had already served 18 years in prison for the crime. His release brought joy to his mother. By the time Avery won his freedom at the age of 43, his wife had divorced him, and his newborn twin sons had grown up. As relieved as Avery was to be set free, he made it clear that he holds no resentment for the woman who falsely accused him. His press conference demonstrates that forgiveness is possible even in the direst of situations, and it is clear that he is now intent on making the most of his second chance at life. This is it, everyone. So what do you think? Leave a comment and let us know. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. Also, put on the notification because the next video is going to be a great one.